Hello there everyone, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to our MotoGP 2018 career mode with the Doctor, Valentino Rossi. Today we go to France, La Francais, for the Le Mans Grand Prix. Technically, it is the Grand Prix de France. It's not the big prize as it is in Britain. The only place that you can get away with actually saying the Grand Prix is France, because of course Grand Prix is French for big prize or grand prize. But enough of my French class today. Let's talk about the race that we are about to embark on. Now, in the real life race in 2018, Rossi finished third. It was a shock pole position for the Tech 3 of Johann Zarco, but crucially, Rossi hasn't won this race since 2008, so he might have been on the Ducati or the Honda back then, not exactly sure, but it's been a decade since he's won the race here, when he was battling with Casey Stoner back in the day, of course, but his new rival is now Marc Marquez. But to be honest, in the standings this year, our rivals are more like Bautista and Alex Rins and Lorenzo. I have to say Lorenzo's had quite a poor start, but so have we. We really need some good results. A podium at least today would be good, but we don't want to put the pressure on too much. Marc Marquez leads the championship in terms of the teams. It's Honda who also lead that battle, no surprise there. But Marquez and Dovi are the leaders of the championship by quite a way, and we need to go some way to putting some dent into that lead. But we're going to qualify for this race, the Le Mans Grand Prix. Let's see how we get on, and then it'll be time for the French Grand Prix. So let's get into it. Well, if you weren't aware, this is a shortened version of the real Le Mans track that's used for the 24-hour Le Mans in real life. It's a much shorter track, of course. I don't think these bikes are particularly keen on going around the 9 minutes Le Mans track, the full track. So we'll go around the track with you folks just to give an idea of how this track goes. So around the first few corners, which is the same as the normal Le Mans track, and then pretty much straight away it breaks, but not really good there around that corner. We're 3 tenths down on Espargaro's fastest on our banker lap, this is, bear in mind. This is our first lap around the circuit all weekend, so we're going to be not the best. We're going to be a bit out of touch and a bit out of line for some bizarre reason. Turn 7 is called Musée, which is museum in French, so I'm not really sure what that's all about, but I'm sure we'll learn later. Made a little bit of tying up in that sector, a little bit wobbly into the braking zone there. Garage vert, so green garage it seems, is that corner. Some very strange corner names around here. Vert, no, it's not Vert. Is it Vert? Yeah, Stilo Vert is green pen. Don't ask me why I know what a green pen is in French, but my French is quite handy. But it's quite a short lap round here. Chemin au boeuf. So that's what? Something with beef? I don't know. But we've made a bit of time up on this lap. I think it'd be best to focus on the racing rather than our French. Why don't you? Right. We're a little bit up on this lap, about a tenth up on Espargaro. We've managed, very inventive name for turn 12, just turn 12. But coming around the last few corners now, it's quite a quick lap round here. We've gained a bit of time on Espargaro in the first sector, so whether we can gain on him again in this sector is questionable. It's a 1:31.4, that's our banker lap, but we're going to set a few more laps around here to try and get a bit accustomed to the track. We did certainly make some mistakes there, so there's definitely time to be gained in this lap, but going like that, cutting the track, is probably not the best way to do it. Well, that's Q1 finished, and the good news is we are through. We did improve our lap time by quite a bit, quite luckily actually, because that 31.4 that we set first off would have only put us down in P11 in this session, but we had some improvements from Espargaro on the KTM. Quite a Spanish-filled Q1 it seems here, but the Italian has took the pole position in this effective session. But Danny Pedrosa joins us in Q2. Didn't actually realise he was in Q1. Of course, the pole sitter from the last race, but we're comfortably through to Q2, and I think we can try and challenge for our 4th pole of the season, and in effect our first serious pole of the season. After those first 3 poles were quite easy to get. Well, I've wasted no time in this session. I'm out there pretty much straight away. The first bike out, that's a little bit wide into the last corner, but on the first bike out there we're going to set some banker laps and hopefully try and rustle it and play with those that are near to the pole position, the likes of Marquez and Dovi, and hopefully we can finish somewhere near to pole rather than the second row we were at the last race at Jerez, because I think that really was a disadvantage to us, and because our starts aren't that good, we need to finish as high up as we can. That's not a bad banker lap actually, 6 tenths better than what we achieved in Q1. It seems we're really getting accustomed to this track quite nicely now, and improving every time round, and to be fair, we've not got a bad benchmark in front of us, Marc Marquez. But he's starting to pull away. It wasn't the best opening set of corners there, and that is a very scrappy. That wasn't the best, was it? We've crashed there. That was quite a nasty crash. I'm not going to rewind there, but we got it out onto the curb, and that was pretty nasty. I think that would have put you out of the weekend, wouldn't it? Look at this. We got onto the curb there, and look at this. Ooh, the bike just flips. But luckily, the bike actually only hurt on its back there. Luckily, it's not really succumbed to much damage, but that's quite funny. But not really going to be able to do much for this lap, so we're going to have to come back in the pits, I think, and repair the bike. But we'll have to see how long that takes and see... Oh, sorry, Zarco. I presume that's Zarco, yeah. And see how long that takes and see how long it takes for us to be beaten as well for pole. Well, the bike's been repaired and we are really, really, really close to pole. Look at this, 5 thousandths away from the time of Marc Marquez. It seems that the old trio, the old bunch have been able to rise to the top again. The cream always rises to the top. It's ourselves, Marquez and Dovi on the front row. But without any further ado, we're going to get back out there again and see if we can take pole position for the French Grand Prix. Well, it's a new name at the top of the board. Dovi's now increased the mark to 2 tenths we've got to improve now. Dovi up to 129.5. Haven't really looked at how well we've done this lap. I just noticed that the leader changed to Dovi's. Let's see what we are. Oh, look how close this is going to be close. We are going to get the required improvement on Marquez, so we are going to go up to second. But blimey, this could be really close. Luckily, we've got time for a few more laps, but if we can perfect the end of this lap, we can potentially take provisional pole. But coming around the last few corners, so tight and twisty round here. Just need to get a good exit out the last. Keep it on the power, but not the really best exit. But where's it going to put us? It's a 129. And unfortunately, we've lost all the speed we had in those first 3 sectors. A really poor exit. We usually have a good last sector. But luckily, we've got time now. We've got a few more laps. And let's see if we can get any closer to that pole position time. Well, the times are really creeping down now. As you can see, we're down to 6th from when we were in 3rd. Unbelievable. But this lap really hasn't been a good one. We've been quite a way off the pace, so we've backed off a little bit, and hopefully we can get a good run into what will be our final lap of the session. Well, this is going to be really tight. We've had a much better lap this time round. We're just under a 10th up on Dovi. It's going to be really close. Can we perfect this last sector? Because that's what's let us down in the last few laps. Come on, let's get the power out of turn 12. Ooh, how we stayed on the bike there, I don't know. Really don't. Maybe the luck of the gods is with us. Come on, get it round the last, get it round the last. Push, push, accelerator. What's it going to be? We run wide. It might be an invalid lap, but it's not. And where has it got us? We've gone wide. We tried to push to the limit. And we are on pole position for the French Grand Prix. Getting there. What a lap that was. We could have been down to all the way down in 8th, but Marquez slipped down the field. Couldn't improve on his 129.7, but really close to his compatriot Jorge Lorenzo, but it's ourselves, Dovi, Vinales and Zarco once again impressing after his pole position in real life at this track, and this should be a great race. Let's get on with it.
What's going on, race fans tuning in today? We're joining you from the Le Mans circuit for live coverage of the Moto2 race at the Grand Prix of France. As you can tell from the footage we're broadcasting from the track, we're looking forward to great weather for the race. We're live from the starting grid, where the cameras are lingering on the favourite riders for today. A few minutes to go and finally the spectacle will begin.
Well, there's Scott Redding, and there's our teammate, Maverick Vinales, on the front row of the grid with ourselves and Andrea Davizio. So this is our best chance, I'd say, of a win, but I'm sure home favourite Johan Zarco will have something to say about that, as well, of course, as the riders around us. But it's going to be a tricky one, this is. We all know that our starts aren't very good, and as you can see, it's a long straight up to the first corner. So whether that balances out, whether we lose a lot from that, remains to be seen. But staying on the bike is the priority here. End of the day, we didn't stay on the bike in the last 4 races, and that's really let us down. But we need some consistency. We need to calm down a little bit on the bike and make sure we bring it home for a podium and try and narrow that gap to the top guys. So let's go, shall we? Let's go. Oh, looks like a good grid. We're starting at the front of it. Look at them, the R46 flags. They're all rooting for us, apart from the ones that are rooting for Zarco. But the lights are on at the French Grand Prix, and it's lights out. And away we go. Dovi's had a better start than us, but we haven't been mugged at the start, really. Dovi just with a strong start there. Don't know where our teammate is, but we've not done badly out of that. Just need to make sure we don't collide with anyone. Petrucci's done well to start well there, actually. If that is Daniel Petrucci. On the inside of Dovi. But no. Oh, we've been a little bit mugged there. There comes Marquez charging up the field from 7th place. But we just need to stay on the bike. You know, we need to keep it composed. Take our own line. We might lose a few on the start, but we can gain them back. We've got the pace for pole position. So technically we are the fastest guy on this track. We'll just keep it composed. There's our teammate, and we've chucked him off. Well, that wasn't the best thing to do. But It's tricky. It's really tricky in close combat on this game. You only have to tap the guy behind or in front and he goes. So, there's not really much we can do about that. Not really great into that corner. And we take our own lines, you know. We don't take lines that are the same as the other riders, but we are down to 5th off the start. Not the worst start in the world, but we need to make sure we keep up with the guys ahead. Here comes Zarco, then on the inside of Zarco. Can we make the move stick? Oh, Zarco comes back at us. Well done there by the satellite bike, the satellite Yamaha. The home favourite Zarco. Probably the two most supported riders in the race, I'd say, ourselves and Zarco. But we've lost a little bit of ground to him, and now he's battling Marquez. Can we get a good run out of the final corner? We can. But Zarco battling Marc Marquez. Quite a shock to see Danilo Petrucci up in second and going for the first place stop. That's a real surprise. But Zarco battling Marc Marquez up the inside. He goes, but he backs out of that one. He goes up the inside again. Going a little bit wide there. And he's having a real dice with Marquez ahead. Just trying to keep into our own race. This will be a personal best result. We want to secretly do better than this, but at the moment we're just keeping it cool. Keeping it on the track. We haven't taken ourselves out yet. And I don't think we will in this race. That's positive. Well, you've just seen there. We've been mugged round that corner. Absolutely mugged by Lorenzo, Crutchlow and Rins. Need to get those positions back, but we need to keep it calm. Too late braking onto there. Ooh, that was a bit dangerous. But we were too late in our braking. Too early on the other corner, I think. Can we get it back up the inside, though? Now we certainly can. What a move that was. Well, no mucking about there. Now let's just get back to these first four. But Marquez, Zarco and the leading bunch are running away from us a little bit here. Well, amazingly, you can see up ahead, you've got Petrucci and Dovi side by side. It feels like they've been side by side forever, battling for that first spot. But Zarco's still going for the position on Marquez. Too late into there, way too late. We're going to be mugged again. We don't want this sort of hassle from the riders behind. We want to look ahead, not looking behind. But while braking distances aren't quite sorted yet, Zarco going for it again on Marquez. But much better through here, is it? Yeah, that's better. That's more like it. But Zarco about a second ahead. I wonder if we can get near to him in the second half of this race. I feel like a mistake from Johan and Mark might be the only way to get there, but we're quite good through these last two sectors. Let's see where we go. We'll keep on board during these last two sectors. A little bit compromised into there, but we've gained a little bit of time, albeit because Zarco and Mark are battling with each other. We've gained about 3/10 there. Get the braking in there. All this battling between the two of them is really going to help us out. But of course we can't look too far ahead. We've got the guys behind still. But Zarco and Marquez side by side. Looks like Zarco's took the position now. Oh, out of the left corner. Very twitchy there from us. And we've set a 1:29.4. I know that Petrucci's fastest lap was a 1:29.3. So we're quite close to that, really. Seems to be on the pace finally. Well, Cal Crutchlow's just got ahead again. That's really frustrating. Oh, dear. And now we're going to have to battle Cal. He might go away here. Don't want to get embroiled in this battle too much, though. We are gaining on him again here, but this seems to be our weak point of the track, this second sector. Need to get the braking zones correct, get it turned in. Not bad. That's probably turned in a bit too much there. Oh dear, now Pedro's going to have to run. Ah, it's annoying. Really is. Keep Pedro's on the outside, but he's still going to go for it. Tap the back of him just to say, look, you're not coming through. That's so frustrating. Cal Crutchlow now ahead, and we might be demoted for 6th. Oh, we got a good run on Crutchlow here. Up the inside. Get it turned in, get it turned in, get it turned in. Probably way too much turned in there, and that's a warning. Our first warning in the race, I think that's fair enough. But Zarco and Marquez still battling for that 3rd position. I really hope we can get up to that at the end of the race. Oh, Zarco's off ahead! Well, we were battling with Crutchlow. It seems he's gone off as well, but I don't think that was our fault. I can't remember. But Zarco's gone off. In the battle for 3rd between Marquez and Zarco, they've had an incident and Zarco is off. Oh, that's a poor line through there. But now our battle for 3rd, we're getting all scrappy all of a sudden. I don't like this. Getting a bit unnerved. We're back going to battle for 3rd now with Marquez. He might be too far away, I'm not sure. But Zarco and Crutchlow both off in the same corner there. At least I don't think that was our fault, but we're in a Honda sandwich. And if we end up like that, it's not a bad result for us. But it might be Danilo Petrucci that wins this Grand Prix. I don't think we're going to be anywhere near Marquez at the end, but look, oh, it's Lorenzo who's got past Pedrosa. But as long as we finish this race now, nice and cleanly, be our first race without having it off, which is a big achievement. We are getting close to Marquez though now. Got to learn to control our demons. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, that's dirty there. Ride through? I don't think so. Let's go back. Let's go back. I know it's ridiculous, but we didn't really mean to take that. We were just too aggressive, and we will use our customary rewind for that. Coming around the last two corners, though, I don't think we're going to get a run on Marquez, really. Oh, getting very twitchy through there. Oh, another ride through. Go away. Oh, dear. Well, come around the last corner. Despite those silly ride-throughs, which we never really got. Of course, they never happened. We rewinded that. But we have finished 4th place in this race. We didn't go off. That's a big achievement. It was our first race without an off. Admittedly, 2 stupid ride-throughs, but we're not going to take those. That was just really battling Marquez. But we were never going to get to him. And we finished 4th. But the biggest surprise, I would have to say, is that Danilo Petrucci wins the French Grand Prix. Really surprising now. I wouldn't have backed him to win the Grand Prix. But a good result for us. Our best of the season. Zarco and Crutchlow, where are they? Zarco 9th, Crutchlow 12th in the end. And where are we in the championship? We get up to 12th. Actually, we don't get up anywhere. We haven't gained any positions. This is a shame. But we have gained on some of the riders. Petrucci now in the championship battle. But of course, it's going to be a long road for us to get anywhere near those championship contenders. But Dovi and Marquez in a world of their own, really, at the top of the championship. To be fair, should we really be going for the championship? I'm not really sure. I think 3rd place is probably our potential anyway. Without, with a good start regardless. We're probably only battling for 3rd in the championship. Oh, but that's an achievement. Is that we finished a race without crashing, is it? No, complete 5 races. Fair enough. But we've completed that race in 4th place. I know we've got a few silly ride-throughs there, and I rewinded those. So apologies about that if that affects you guys. If it does, you'll have to let me know down in the comments. But if it does, we can turn rewinds off and just take anything that goes. But if not, we'll stick with that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed that, folks. I've been TIJ Gaming. Until Friday, make sure to continue your journey with TIJ Gaming here and click on any of the end screen elements to continue your journey. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, subscribe as well if you enjoyed. But I've been TIJ Gaming. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.